What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be talking about one of the newest releases on Netflix, and that is going to be the Fear Street Trilogy. So without further ado, let's kick it off with a review of Fear Street Part 1, 1994. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the plot of the movie. I'm not really going to go too in depth. I don't want to ruin the movie, because I do feel like this movie is best experienced with little to no information before going into it. I went into it blindly. I knew who R.L. Stine was. I knew Goosebumps. I watched the TV show. I read the books, but I didn't really know about Fear Street, and I feel like that really helped me enjoy it a little bit more. But pretty much the plot is about a teen and her group of friends that uncover this ancient evil that has been plaguing their town for years. And I'll give you a little bit to entice you without spoiling it. Their town is called Shadyside, where nothing good happens. It's all bad things. You know, all these murders, all these tragedies happen here. Then you got the town over from them, which is the polar opposite, called Sunnyvale, where nothing bad happens. It's pretty well good over there. They're upper class, they're rich folk, and, it's very cool to see the contrast between the town and the people. Maybe the people in Sunnyvale aren't that good, but I'll leave it like that without spoiling too much. But yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's a very cool plot. It's not just the run-of-the-mill teen slasher flick. There's definitely more to unpack without giving away too much. So let's talk about the characters a little bit. I think the characters are probably the strongest point of the film for me personally. I just really enjoyed these characters. You have Dina, who at first was a little on the whiny side, but then when I got to know the character, understood her reasonings, and actually ended up really liking her at the end. I thought she was a badass. The actress that played her does a great job. And I can say that about everybody. I think everybody did a fantastic job when it comes to acting. Everybody played their role perfectly. You got Dina's brother Josh, who I kind of related with because he's the youngest sibling. And, I'm the youngest sibling out of my brother and sister. And then also he's kind of on the nerdy side. He likes computers and stuff like that. I related to him in that way. Just a cool character, and he could be funny when he needed to be. You have Sam, which I won't really go too much into her character because I don't want to spoil anything. But she was a very cool character. I ended up liking her. Feeling bad for her in certain situations. You got Simon, who at first I was on the fence about. But at the end, I really ended up liking him because he was very funny and very lighthearted. And it really cut the tension. And, in moments of, just dire moments, he could say, something hilarious, and it just cut the tension and made things better. Kate, I liked her. I kind of felt the same way about, her with Simon. I kind of was on the fence about them at first, but I ended up really liking them. And I bought that everybody was friends.
Dude, what the heck?
Okay, so the atmosphere. I think they did a very good job with creating a 90s atmosphere with the soundtrack, the aesthetic, and just overall, just look and feel of everything. Whatever they did it right. It didn't really feel like one of those films where supposed to be set in the 90s or whatever, and they pull out an iPhone 12 or whatever. It didn't feel that way. It really did feel authentic, and I appreciate that a lot. I like when films go back to a certain time period and they kind of capture that the best that they can. I feel like this film does do that, and the soundtrack is very killer. You got 9 Inch Nails. You got so many other ones that I can't even remember because you get hit back to back with with multiple songs from the 90s, which I could see that being a complaint that they don't let some of the songs breathe a little bit. But I don't know. I feel like it is a love letter to the time period that it was set in. And I feel like if you do enjoy the 90s, I think you'll like the movie just for the atmosphere alone. I think you'll enjoy the movie.
Hey!
Okay, so final thoughts and opinions on Fear Street Part 1, 1994. For me, this was a fun film. It had really good characters, high energy. The kills in the movie were pretty good. They blended the practical and CGI very well. One of my favorite kills is a very gruesome kill. The atmosphere definitely feels like a 90s film. The soundtrack is very good. There's just a lot of things that this film has going for it, and that's why it's my favorite of the trilogy, and I may be in the minority, but that's just how I feel. I really love this movie. I went into it no expectations, and I came out on the other side very satisfied. So that is how I feel about this movie. What do you think about it? Have you seen it? Do you like it? Is it your favorite, your least favorite? Tell me down below. And thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll catch you in the next video.